Happy Saturday! Happy Saturday, sweet friends. We have had just a new wave of new influencers and customers and such great growth this last week. It's just been so awesome to watch. And Brady, Lynn, and Lynette, they're doing a business opportunity meeting up in Arizona today. So excited for them. And we had two new influencers enroll just this morning. I had a sweet time with Michelle, and we have a gentleman that's joining our team, and we're getting more and more men as time goes on. So good new perspective, and we're excited for him. And Mia Linton, she just joined. She kind of let out her secret, what she's been doing. She just turned 40 and fabulous. And so she just let everybody in on how she's looking so great and wonderful. So I'll wait for people to kind of pop on here. We also have Huma. Huma just joined our team. She's a doctor. She's in Newbury Park, California. Her and her husband are both doctors, and so to see her transformation, it's just incredible. It's kind of what I had on my heart this morning. I had a sweet time with Kim Kuza. I just mentioned your name, and then you popped on. So I had such a sweet time with her yesterday. And hey, Lisa. Hey, girl. Had just an awesome time with her over lunch, and we were just talking about when you make it, customer focused and prospect focused, and you make it about them and their experience. Andy talks about that all the time. It's why we sample and then we give our story afterwards. It's because when we get the sample and we don't tell our own story in depth about, what they should. We kind of give like an expectation when we do that, versus when we give a sample out without that expectation. We get to let them have it. We get to let them have their own experience and make it about them. And they always, Andy and Pat, they always quote, Steve Jobs. He did the same thing. He just made it from customer first, customer based, and then work up from there on all the details. So I love that. I love that we can, again, be in this business, but be about other people. And it's not, you succeed almost more. This person's going to hit me. Sorry, I keep looking away. The littles are at dance class right now, so I've got a half an hour to myself. And Coachella is in town, so we are definitely feeling it here. Anyway, so when we make it about, the prospect or what the customer is going to experience and being a part of that beginning of their testimony with them, it's just so incredible when we can take kind of ourselves out of it. And if we're wanting for it to work so bad for ourselves, that creates like a desperation. Like people feel that when you're like just trying to hit a number, or there's a difference between like desperation and urgency. Urgency is like you want it so bad for that other person. You want them to experience the weight management or the energy or the mental clarity or all of the above sometimes. So it's so great when it's an urgency for the customer versus a desperation out of like what we want. And it's good to have our own goals and of course, and we all have our own needs, but when it can first be about the customer and then we get rewarded, it's just so much better. So Kim and I were talking about that. We're like, urgency is like, I have to sample that person, because like I know how I would have felt if that coffee was walking on the street and it didn't end up in my hands. Like I want to know about that. That's urgency. That's urgency that I have to give this to other people, because I would want that too. Like I see what it's done in my life, and I want to see that for other people. I want their success and I want to celebrate with them. And so that's the urgency that I just love about this business. And Michelle McLaughlin, we were talking about that as well this morning, and just, being a part of that process, being a part of that beginning, and then seeing, those customers, the sample turn into a customer, and then those customers start organically sharing it, and then being a part of a testimonial, beginning of the business and what it can do. And it's great to see those breakthroughs or those goals that people have had for a really, really long time, or oh gosh, if I could just have an extra like $2,000 a month, this would so change my life. And then to be a part of that and see that happen, or just like the randoms, like Elisa, she got $500 from just being on a training this week. We have over 12,000 brand influencers now. But I mean, and only in this can you go in, and I'm like having all of our conversations I've had over the last 2 days, but Ralph and I were talking about this morning too. Just the team that's been built up and the impact that Revital You has made in so many people's lives. I'm like, only this business can do that. And only an MLM, network marketing, whatever you want to call it, where basically you're not selling, you are sharing something with somebody and giving them an opportunity to sample it and try it first. Only in this can you come in with no experience like myself. I, truly did not even know what the opportunity was when I began. I had absolutely no qualifications of selling anything. Network marketing, the most unqualified person that could be in this business was me. Absolutely. Like I was almost like, I'll never, I'll never do that. I'll never, even try something like that. But when it's organic and you organically can naturally turn into that, you just want to help people, that a product works. It worked for me one of the first times I'm ever able to lose that kind of weight. And then for me, just to literally I want that success for somebody else. I want somebody else to have that brain fog lifted that is so difficult with, new mommies and, or the energy, for you not to have to nap in the afternoon, for have more energy for your babies or after school with homework. When you have that mindset for other people, I just have seen that you don't have to know it all. You don't have, I don't really, I don't know, I didn't know anything going into it, and I've learned along the way. But honestly, friends, if I can do this, you can definitely do this. And you get to be yourself. That's what I love about it too. You don't have to pretend like you know it all. You just have to love people, and you just have to want their success, and yours will come. Just so great. I got a call from Andy last night, Andy McWilliams. I haven't gotten to talk to him yet, but that blew me away. That's the first time that's ever happened. And he and Amy said that they wanted to call and talk about my check for March, which I know that our numbers were, our volume was crazy. Lots of new business last month, and just looking at it now, our volume is mid-month is double what it was last month. So it's just, those numbers just get crazy. And that is reward. That is reward to see that. But I just, I know that if that's the volume for me, that means our team's volume is doing great, and you guys are being rewarded, and that warms my heart more. When I see that number, it's yeah, that's great for me, but that my team, our team, we get to experience that together, and that means that you guys are having an impact in your paychecks and your volume. So that's what really makes me happy and so awesome. So, thank you guys. Thank you. I love all of you guys. You are, how you guys, and I probably shouldn't have done this on my personal, I probably should have done this on my cafe squad, because I'm talking to my team here, but, every time that because we have a group messaging chat, every time that you guys put a question out there, especially Huma, she's a personally enrolled brand influencer that I just had in the last few days. When she asks a question on there, and or anybody, and you guys respond to them, and you guys encourage them and just give them information, it literally fuels me, because just for you to be selfless in that and take time out of your day for something that's not really directly benefiting you and your team and your volume. You are genuinely wanting to help out our team and answer questions and be there for them and encourage them and support them. And it does so much for my heart. And I just want to thank you guys for always being that. There's so, Jill, we talk about you constantly, like how valuable you are, and and all of you are that way. I don't want to just point out one person, but that example that Jill has really set from the beginning, and you guys doing that as well. And it was funny because I just got back from enrolling our newest influencer, and he's almost 80, so it's gonna be he's such great energy. You'd never know he's 80, and I can't imagine him on Revital You. But he talked about competition, and it was so funny because Michelle and I looked at each other and like, competition in this business? Like, we don't feel that way. Like, we do not feel like there's competition. It's just literally like a community of people. And it's not just our team. Like, and I know that is a rare thing in, sales and all of that. But like, as a company as a whole, I totally feel that everybody wants everybody's success. We're going to just share, hey, this worked, this didn't work. Oh, that's a great idea. And like Jennifer Irvin and I are doing that this month. It's just so great to learn from each other and have that commonality and trust. There's trust with that too. So, Doreen, oh my gosh, my friend, I love. I just love this last month with seeing, how you have had a mindset, and you're just on fire. And I love that because you've been in since October. And so for there to be just newness, and I can feel it, my friend. You're doing so great. Genuinely, like I absolutely just love watching you and just hearing this journey. I really do. Yes, Volcano. Yes. Hey, Scott, they're doing Super Saturday. Oh, I would love to be there. I bet that's just an awesome time. All of that great training and leaders and new influencers, and it's just so great. That's fun eating. All right, friends. I think when I came on here, I wanted to talk about something. Yes. Yeah. That desperation versus urgency. I always rabbit trail, but that's okay. So I hope in the beginning you got something out of that. When you make it about yourself, it comes across as desperation. And when you come across that you genuinely want it for the other person, and their success, there's urgency in that you can't help but not to share it. You can't help but not to sample, because you would have wanted to be sampled. You're glad you said yes, but how much more would you have wanted it back then when you said yes to that sample, seeing now what it's done in your life, and just having that urgency to have to share it with others, because you would want that. You would want that for yourself. Hey, Emily. Hey, girl. You're doing great. You're doing great, my friend. She's up there in Southern Oregon. She's got a new male influencer. I keep saying that. I'm loving all of these males that are coming on our team, and I love our girl squad as well, but we always need the male perspective, male testimony, and so I just love that that's coming together, and he's doing great. So great leadership, my friend. And Stacy's an amazing example. I think you started less than 60 days ago, already over 50 customers, my friend. Great job. Melody, I think, got connected with you through an Instagram hashtag. So, I mean, it's endless. It's just so crazy. I love that you can just be creative, and just what God, brings to you. It's just amazing. So, yes. Yeah, Jeff's another one. He's going to be at conference. Yes, he is. Awesome. All right, my friends. Well, happy Saturday, and enjoy it. And we will talk to you later. All right. Bye.